translate? No, he didn't translate the Bible.
No, he gave the authority to how many scholars? 47 scholars. Some in Oxford, some in Cambridge, to translate.
And then 12 men outside of that as well.
Yeah, Hebrew and Greek scholars.
From the Hebrew scrolls.
Yeah. So I'm glad you admitted that. Yeah. I'm glad you admitted it. But the problem is, when somebody comes to us, because he's my brother, or my people, who are the people who are the no people or the dispossessed people, and tell them that they're preaching hate, but they're not acknowledging that what happened to our people is an act of hate. Because if you read, I don't know if you're familiar with the Bible, if you read Psalm 83, it literally lists out all of the nations, the UN nations, or whatever nations you want to call it, that collaborated to make sure that our name was no more in remembrance. And that's why we're called black, as the brother said, Spig, whatever else we're called.
What was the original name?
That's a good question. So the original name of our people is Yashar Allah. In the English it means Israel. Because we are the physical descendants of Prince,
Allah meaning
power. There you go. Right. So we are the prince or princesses. Well, the Muslims are our cousins. Really. So you're actually our brother, really.
I told him that.
You're our evil brother, yeah.
No, I think evil brother Esau.
Yeah. So you was kicking us in the head, and we was yanking you by the heel.
Yeah.
So we actually have a love-hate relationship all through the Bible, right? But what happened was, there was a time when we were at peace. So that's when, I'm trying to remember exactly, I think it's Jacob got his wife, came back, and Esau met him, and he thought it was going to be a beef thing, but they actually hugged up, they were at peace, they was like, alright, then you live over there. Yes.
So he called down, he said, go to the Danaram and call out with the cousin.
Right.
Until Esau calmed down. And after he saw
alright, so see, so he's correcting me, because we correct each other.
Right, but after, what you said was, what you had in your mind was, you said, when my father died, I could dig him.
That's what he thought.
And that's why you're still getting us now.
Yeah.
That's what the enmity is between us now, because the blessing. We got the blessing. Your blessing was to rule for a dispensation of time. Revelations 12 and 12 said that you're running out of time. Job 14 and 5 says it's in the Most High's hand.
That's right.
His time, he's got one of those, you know, the hourglasses which is the time running. Your time is running now.
Yeah.
Our world is going to be an everlasting kingdom. Your rulership now.
It's in the Apocrypha.
Yeah, just like you've got three heavens, birds fly, yeah? You've got the outer realm where the UFOs, the so-called, the IFOs are coming from. Then you've got rulership on earth. It's a heaven, it's a rulership. You're in your heaven now. That's what they say. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. So you're in your heaven now.
No, that's a saying. Have you never heard that?
Because you know why?
I have. Maybe you're too young.
A lot of people have heard that.
It's my generation.
White man's heaven.
Without following your culture.
No, I was born there. So this culture.
I think it comes from America. I think it was
maybe,
first coined in America.
Yeah.
White man's heaven is a black man's hell.
But did the white man make that up? Was it created, or was it?
No, I think it might have been Negroes made that up, because it's something what Negroes say. This white man, this is heaven, it's our hell. You know what I mean? Because we're in the hell at the moment.
So the equivalent now would be what they call it now? White privilege or something?
Yeah. White power.
White
power. But what it is, that power is diminishing now, as you can see, it's deteriorating. Because the Lord said that.
So what's the world going to be like then?
Oh,
when it changes.
Some next question.
It's going to be, well, for you guys, for the Edomites.
A lot of white people don't come. I mean, I go to protest. We had 700,000.
Yeah, but that's protesting what's happening to you now. You weren't doing that in 1980s when there was cocaine, champagne. You weren't protesting when it, like, what I'm trying to say.
We're protesting like 8,000 people.
Yeah, but no, that's, you know why, yes.
Like all that stuff.
You know why you got the time to do all that now? Because your society's imploding. Before it was cocaine, champagne, fast cars, money. Now you've got time. When they locked you guys up in the first... Now what I'm trying to say is...
I think it's a generational change. I think gradually...
It's not really, bro.
Like what I was saying to him earlier, like,
Right.
if you talk to my mum and my stepdad,
Right.
they do say racist things. Like,
Of course they do.
They watch the TV and they're like, oh, bloody foreigners, this and bloody...
Yeah.
No, they
but
say
that's-
Say it
niggas.
properly, man. Why not say the
Yeah, they say
But that's-
niggers and
yeah.
monkeys
But
and
that's their
baboons.
generation.
Because I used to watch Love Thy Neighbours and they used to say it straight out and Love
Yeah,
Thy
remember
Neighbours.
that?
Yeah, I love that.
You
Yeah, and I
black
like
bastard and all that.
Bastard.
Yeah. What was that? What was his name? What was that guy's name?
I think he was from Trinidad. The male, the black male.
What about the
star.
one with the? Is that the one with the black guy, the white woman like the black guy? And,
No, they were neighbours. So
Oh yeah,
they-
love that. No, but the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one, Rising Damp.
Rising down. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's Jones, it's Jones, it's Jones. He used to hate that black guy, innit? And then the Gollywog on the jam drive, remember that?
Yeah.
I grew up seeing them. It's only now, but I grew up seeing them.
Then it come offensive.
Yeah.
And he tells you that they were sick to
You
please
know
the poor.
Jim Davidson?
Yeah,
Jim-
Chalky.
yeah.
He used to
He
be
says
Chalky.
things and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Chalky,
Like-
Chalky.
But it's like, when you talk, you got to change.
But let me
It's too old.
let me explain something to you, because a lot of times people say things that are offensive and they're unaware that they're offending people when they say it. And that's a generational thing. So when we grew up, when me and this brother grew up, it was what you would call overt or in your face.
Right.
So in a way,
I liked it. I preferred that.
you see, we have the same spirit because he's answering my. Because I prefer, look, if you
Hey,
don't like me,
Hucky.
I prefer you say, look, I don't like you, babe. So I say, okay. I say, okay, then bless, and I'll cross the road, and you cross the road, and
I'm
I'll give
leaving
you
it
our
in a minute,
peace.
so stay out.
But when
When
a government or society feels the need to suppress speech and make people feel uncomfortable for saying what they truly feel, or try to hold people account for what they truly feel, what happens is they suppress what they want to say, but they're still thinking it.
Right.
So now a person can find himself in a situation where he's gone to a footy match. He might be an Arsenal
Come a bit
supporter.
closer. Come a bit closer.
Yeah, he might be an Arsenal supporter. I'm only saying that to the brother this month. He might be an Arsenal supporter. So he's
I am
seen
an
the.
Arsenal.
All right, there you go. So he's seen the lads with their kit on. So he's gone over there, not knowing that they're the ones that can't stand your flicking ass.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas in our time, if we were Arsenal supporters, we go there and we would go to another stand. Why? Because we already know, look, some guys will beat us up if we go over there or it'll kick off. So what I'm saying is, all this, well, I'm trying to explain it, because this political correctness, what it's trying to do is not change the behavior, it's trying to change the way people speak, but it's not addressing the behavior. So now football is as racist as it ever was. It's as racist as it ever was, but now they're not outright saying, oh, you black C or you monkey. They're not outwardly saying it, but they're still doing the same thing. So what has changed? The only thing that's changed is that it appears better, but in reality it's worse. But you haven't lived as long as I've lived. So I've lived all through your generation and before you were born. So whether you agree or not is not the point. Yes, brother. Right?
That same girl again, isn't it? Don't tell me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing is,
Bring me that one, yeah?
you've grown up in this society, and really you're trying to make a difference. So I'll applaud you for that. You're trying to make a difference. But what you don't understand is that in order to correct a damage or to or repair a damage, you first have to go to the point where the damage was made, acknowledge that you are the person that perpetrated the damage, and correct the damage. So there's steps to it. It's not just saying, oh, we're sorry, or oh, let's do something, or let's go and have a march. That's not correcting anything. All that does is make you feel good. That's all it does is make you feel good about yourself. Huh?
I said I don't agree again.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I don't expect you to agree. You know, but I'm glad that you are at least listening. I don't expect you to agree. Yeah.
I'm willing to change, I'm willing to be wrong.
No, but the thing is,
Well, what I would say is, generational change from my parents to
Right,
me
right.
is significant. And
Right.
it is, we have been brought up through
As
education and
generations,
media.
as-
I'm like
Right.
doing this for talking.
Yeah.
My dad
And
used
you're
to
quite
own a
open,
club
I'll
in
give you that,
Cardiff,
yeah.
and he used to have a
Yeah.
doorman, which was the black guy.
Yeah.
These big people had, and he would come around the house, and it was just all, you know.
It has changed enough because of white people
It's
love the
kind
black
of
man now.
exposure as well.
It
You're doing
has
this
changed.
and
Before they
talking to
wouldn't do
people
that.
like you. I see, you're a bloke, you've got problems, you've got chores,
Yeah.
family, debts, worries, struggles.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not going to stop the judgment.
That's right.
Because we had a judgment on us.
Yep.
We went 400, 500 plus years
If
of
not
free
more.
labour. Yeah?
Yep.
So now they call it a universal, they call it karma.
is
It's a
yeah,
universal
principle,
principle.
that's
Everybody
right.
knows that. Yeah? So now it's all turning now.
Yep.
That's why you see coronavirus killing up,
Yep.
coming to the end of the white man's wicked reign.
Yep.
Because the blessing was, that is the blessing, that we're going to rule forever. That's why we was fighting in the womb. We had our hand on your heel, showed you in it.
Yeah,
hand
and
on the
you
heel.
lot was doing us that.
You was trying
which
to,
is what you
because you wanted to come out
anyway.
first, and you did come out first. Because when you come out first, you thought, oh, because the firstborn gets everything.
That's right.
You got out, that's what we was fighting to get out first, but the Lord already said it. The children neither done any good or evil. But
Romans 9 and 13.
he already, at the election, he already elected us
That's
to be
right.
his people, no matter what. So no matter if you got out first, because what is the king? The firstborn of the king gets what? The throne and everything.
The inheritance.
Right, the inheritance. So you come out first, but you didn't get the inheritance. Because he made you come out looking productive, you know what I mean? No pigment. So he gave you the oddball character. I mean, we are princes of God. We are his chosen. God made everyone, but he made everyone to serve us. You know? We done wrong, so he said, right, because you done wrong, I'm going to put you under everybody.
Yep.
Not the only nation that's going to get your ass beat. The Japanese, Chinese, everybody's going to get their ass beat. Yeah. So you're going to rule them with a rod of iron. And
Is that
when Christ
Jeremiah
comes.
16 and 16?
Yeah, that's on Jeremiah
Yes,
16.
16 and 16.
So what nation and what military is going to...
Hunters are meant to.
Yeah, we're going to hunt. So
Yeah,
we're going to hunt
yeah.
them from out of the rocks. Military, our military, we're going to use spiritual power.
Yep.
You're going to use the left-hand
Left-hand
side.
side,
We're
yeah.
going to use the right-hand side.
Which is spiritual too.
Yeah,
left.
we're going to have to call fire from the sky. You know how you make fire?
Yeah.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki? You make bombs to make fire. We're actually going to use the elements to bring you down. The natural one. You see how you've got cars, combustion. Huh?
So you're saying like...
Jesus Christ is coming back.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ is coming back with his vehicles. When you're fighting World War III, all you guys are going to turn and fight him when he comes. But in 1 hour, he's going to blow you to smithereens. And when he's blown you to smithereens, when the dust is settled, all the people then, everybody, are going into slavery. Because at this time then, when the bombs drop, because the nuclear bombs are going to drop. From the Lord is going to take control of everything, all the bombs.
But how do you know it's not the CIA doing
No, because we know CIA can't blow up to the size of the world, of a moon. They've got nothing what can do that. These things come as small
Oh,
as
okay, so it's going to be like the planet.
they call that the beard. It's got 7 planets.
Yeah.
It's the Lord. That's what they call it. It's the Lord. They call it the beard. But it's the Lord who's coming. They know he's coming. Destroy this place.
Alright, so I want to validate what I was saying. So in the 70s, or the early 80s, Ronald Reagan
Said that.
and George Bush Sr. came up with the Star Wars program, right? Now, at the time, it sounded all kooky and all corny, but late last year, a person that worked for the military arm in America, the way how the military works, they have the military, but then they have like government contractors that are contracted to the military. So because of their laws, they get most of the work on the contract because it's actually illegal to have a standing army when you're not in war. So the way they get around it, they set up bases all around the world, send their troops all there, and then they have the military contractors doing the actual work.
In Afghanistan, right?
It's called perishing.
Exactly.
So we get the taxpayers' money, go, well, we need
Exactly.
it for Afghanistan.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So to reiterate the point now, so what happened was a person that's part of that operation actually leaked footage of what they now admit to being unidentified flying object. So this is no longer a cookie theory. Brothers have seen them. I've even seen them.
Jimmy Carter, that was his name.
Jimmy Carter, that's the
He
guy.
saw them.
Yeah.
He saw them.
But we're seeing them now. They're not even hiding anymore.
Alexander the Greek, it helped him to get to the.
I've seen loads on Instagram.
No, I've literally seen them.
Yeah, I've seen
The
them.
brothers, I've got some brothers in my camp that see them all the time.
Well, it
And-
feels like something
yeah.
weird's going on, I'll give you
Yeah.
that. And it
There's
does
something
feel-
weird
Your government
it feels
knows
like
that.
building, you know?
Exactly.
Your government knows that. That's why they're trying to
Yeah.
speed it up.
Yeah.
That's why they've got these people taking these
Yeah,
poisons.
don't take that vaccine.
You know that.
Oh, you know about it?
Yeah,
All
don't
right.
take it.
What do you know
It's a
about the
moon
vaccine?
immune suppressor.
Yes.
I know. I listen to like the doctors and scientists that invented it, like
Dr. Robert Malone.
Dr. Yedden, Dr.
Yeah.
Bakti.
Have you listened to the interview by
Got
Dr.
a gnat on
Madge?
your head trying to.
Oh.
Yeah. Just leave it, man. Dr. Madge or Madge. So she's a doctor in
she's a
America.
white lady,
And what she did, she actually analyzed the vaccine.
Yeah.
And man, if you see this thing up, it look like a spider, tentacles coming up, and you see chips on the end of the tentacles and all of that, right? With all different colors. There you go. There you go.
In the 1920s, they did an experiment as a Spanish doctor.
Yeah.
They got a metal rod into the brain of a ball.
Yeah.
God, no, you build it.
Okay.
It's got a little controller on it. Instagram. He presses the button and it stops.
Yeah.
So what they're saying,
They're hacking
you
human
can
body.
control
Yeah, they're hacking the
thoughts
cylinder.
and perception,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So that is an antenna.
That's
Yeah,
why we call the white man the devil.
So what they've invented is graphene. Do you know what graphene is?
Yes.
Carbon.
It is carbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the atomic structure.
What's
of
that new
carbon
film they got with the guy
is-
with the black stuff that goes on him?
Yeah, Venom.
Venom. Yeah.
That's what they use.
Yeah,
Predictive
exactly.
program.
Right.
So this
Yeah.
graphene,
And it's programmable.
its atomic structure is 666.
Right.
Okay.
That's why we
And
call
these-
white
this
people the
graphene
devil.
can be put into nanoparticles in an injection.
Right?
This is what's in the
One more
vaccine.
thing,
Yeah.
with
This is why white
frequencies,
people are the
with
devil.
sound,
In
Let me
other
tell
words,
you
the
that.
HARP, the High
5G,
Altitude
they
Research
can
Program.
gaps together.
NASA.
They can tell the stuff, so a part of the brain that does an empathy when you care about it.
Right.
Or religious beliefs. Right? They can tell.
It's funny you mentioned empathy because do you know a study was done now according to science, I don't believe in science, but according to science, they believe that they can assess a person's mental state based on how they fill out certain surveys and they have these predictive algorithms and it works out your state of mind. And what they figured out is that I think it's something like 98% of all of the leaders or the heads of corporations are, you see, you already know it.
Like what? Oh.
Which are people that do not have the capacity to feel
No,
empathy.
they got the empathy.
Right, and the thing is, the ones that have it, so every once in a while they have a genetic throwback. So we have genetic throwbacks where we have people that are dysfunctional or they might be deformed or whatever. But with these elite people, their genetic,
incest, man.
their genetic throwback is every once in a while they produce a person that has empathy, that feels. And what usually happens to those people is that they get taken out. So when you see Diana, there's a lot of things that were going on with Diana, but one of the things Diana had was she had empathy.
She was doing the landline thing.
She had empathy.
And then
We
she
produced
fucking
most of the
that.
fucking-
Exactly. But that's why it was so empathetic what she did, because when she went to Angola and when she went to those West African countries, she realized that not only did the British put the landmines there, that they left them there. And she was seeing children with missing leg, hand blown off, and she's like, no, fam. So she went and put the thing on and went and walked it. Just to illustrate to the people that you have to take responsibility for your actions. And that's all I would like to tell you, because you seem to be a very
do it very
You
well.
seem to be slightly different to your average Edomite, so I'll
Yeah.
give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I was
Give him the
gifting him. I
kudos.
was gifting him because I think I had this guy
Give
in
him
the
the
field.
kudos.
Yeah, I give the kudos.
Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
I get a tick. You're a
Believe
bit.
it or not, there's tens of like millions of people just like me.
Right.
We're the ones going on the protest.
No, but you see, there's an issue with protest. It's with protest.
So how else do you get young
No,
people?
well, I'm trying to explain because what it is, what you're going through as a person that has some empathy and some feeling and you want to do things, what you're going through, many generations of people have been doing the same thing. So what we've got to the point now where we've learned or we've discovered that going to the person that's hurting you and asking them to. Now, I learned this actually when I was in kindergarten, because I was quite tiny. So I'm in kindergarten, and some guy just came up and started bullying me, and I was like, "Oh, please, please, don't hit me, don't hit me." You know what he did? He hit me harder and longer. And then I realized, I said, "No, you know what? The only way I can get this guy to stop hitting me is if I either hit him back or I go and call my big brother," which is what I ended up doing. And my brother dealt with him, and then he never touched me again. So what it is, what we're really dealing with is what you call power relationships. So in a power relationship, the person that has the power does not yield to somebody that doesn't have power. And when you're asking somebody, "Oh, please, you place, not you, but whoever does that is placing themselves in a powerless position because you're asking for help. Once you're asking for help, you're in a powerless position. So what we do, me and my brother and my brothers, what we're doing, we're asking help, but from our power, our strength. So our strength, I think it's in Samuel 16, where it says, Yasha'al is our strength. Our Salakia, Yahweh is our strength. Our strength is the Most High. So when we get back to who we were supposed to be, meaning we were supposed to be the priests and the princes, meaning prince just means the chief ruler. So we were already supposed to rule the other people in righteousness. Now we're the only ones that can do it, and I'm going to prove why we're the only ones that can do it. Any other people, when they're in the position of power, they are not impartial. They're not impartial judges. So what they tend to do is be biased or in their view, or be biased to where they have an interest. We're the only people that are harder on our own people. When we judge, if one of our Akim did something wrong, we're hard on them than if it was somebody else. You know why? Because we'll say, well, you're supposed to know better, innit? You ain't supposed to, you know you ain't supposed to be. Whereas with a bug out, you might say, well, maybe you don't know the law, maybe you grew up in Esau's kingdom, maybe. So what makes us good judges is because we are actually harder on ourselves. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. And also we have the ability to feel compassion. So I don't know if you saw, I think it was last year, when there was some black youths and some white, I don't know what they were, they had a fight. I don't know if they were KKK or whatever. I don't know what they call the English ones. You know,
EDL.
yeah, EDL. They had a fight, right? And what happened was there was one guy, that white guy, that was isolated, and he was getting beat up. And one of the guys that was fighting on the black side picked him up
And carried him away.
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him.
That was in the paper, isn't it?
That's what I'm trying to tell
Oh,
him.
that was
'Cause what I'm
disgusting.
trying to show you is, I know you have the ability to feel, and I know you're looking at the world and you're saying, "Oh, this is messed up." But what you need to do is to talk to your people and try and get your people to see the folly of what they're doing. Because what it is, karma is real. In science, they call it cause. They call it cause and effect. So in the scientific term, it's cause and effect. Meaning, if you're putting negativity, if you're throwing plastic in the ocean, eventually the whales are going to start coming on the beach dying because plastic is non-biodegradable and there's tons of it in the ocean and the whales are swallowing it and suffocating. If you put all them toxins in the air, when the rain falls, it's going to fall in the soil, it's going to damage the soil. If you cut down all the trees, there's not going to be enough oxygen. It's common sense. So, right, so what you need to do is talk to your people. But I want to stress something. What you and your people need to do is stay out of our affairs. What it is, from the 50s and 60s come right up to now, every time we have a movement to try and elevate our people, what happens is some of your well-meaning, well-wishing people come in and then they redirect the energy of the movement to something entirely different. So it's playing out now with the Black Lives Matter movement. So now what happened is, it started off where young black men were getting killed innocently, and oh, that's messed up, we need to do something. Two, oh, genders, and oh, you need to be a gender and a gender bender. LGBT, all kind of.
Yeah, they hijacked the movement.
It's an alphabet thing now.
Yeah.
And every day is like a new. I saw one today, boy gorgeous or boy just or some stupid thing. I don't know, what the hell is that?
Yeah, what it is, they're trying to emasculate the whole society.
That's right.
Because what it is what's that agenda they got? 21.
Agenda 21. Yeah.
So it's another way. Saying men, it's a homosexual, it's a lesbian.
Well, we're the only ones that are going to fight back, so we want to do it. We want to feminise.
No, but the way to fight back this thing is spiritual, because we war against principalities and spirits. We're not warring against men. So we could have a dialogue with you and show you, courtesy and respect and all of that, because we're not warring against it. It's a spiritual thing. So once we connect with our power spiritually, that's where what I could say, where we Yahweh Rataza, which is God willing, we will then get the ability to do all these miraculous things that he mentioned, calling down fire, being able to withstand bullets, being able to jump over buildings.
How does that going to happen?
When Christ comes, this is what we're waiting for.
You just got to wait.
Yeah, that's what it says. Wait
It's
upon
not
me.
like you have to
That's
get
right.
more people praying to generate energy.
Yeah,
But that's what's causing the change now.
Right.
Oh, so it's a consciousness.
Yes.
The word of God is
Awareness.
spreading, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. People like us,
Yes.
but I mean, we go out on the
Yes.
street and teach this.
Yes.
It sends a vibration.
That's
out.
right.
Just like the satanic rulers of this society
They're doing the same
send out their vibration.
Yeah,
But this is the light.
Mark
This is the
talks about the Satanists.
Right.
He said it about psychopaths.
Right,
And he
right.
said they deliberately give them a questionnaire, like you said, and they can identify psychopaths.
Yeah.
And once they have the top tiers, they go, right, you're going in the police.
That's right.
You're going in the teaching. You're going in
That's
the
what
military.
Jesus
And they put them out. And that's why no
That's
one's
what they do.
listening.
That's
They're all psychopaths.
That's
They don't
precisely
listen.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, no.
And it's like talking to robots.
But what's the common denominator? They're all Edomites.
Did he teach him what
I don't know. You're saying like black people can't be psychopaths?
Yeah, what it says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked have seduced us.
That's right.
We are naturally righteous, but we get seduced
Yeah.
by your people, the wicked. You understand? Like they say, when he's wrong, does the wrong.
Towards the Romans, yeah.
That's our people. They got
And
that.
it's funny because look at the sign over there.
Going Greek. Going Alexander.
That's right.
I don't think they'll come out on that. Going Greek.
I got to make a move anyway.
All right, boss.
To watch the boxing.
Alright, so what's
Yeah.
your name, brother?
Earl.
Earl.
So I go for a black man's name.
Earl, isn't it? Earl. Earl.
You never know, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm not saying. I'm not really saying that because you never know. It might be a Jake.
What I'm going to tell you is that we don't judge purely on